Warning. Episode 12 of the Holtzman presentation may be very offensive to some viewers. What you are about to experience actually happened. There are no edits in this installment. Episode 12 contains high level of profanity, historically unresolved grudges, three-way guest chaos, numerous apologies, salacious accusations, multiple drug references, show crashing, and possible attempted sabotage to the Holtzman presentation podcast format. Stop this episode immediately if you are bothered by this. But if you are still curious what happened, please by all means enjoy the show. Sincerely, the producers.
Welcome to Dead End number 12, and I've got some real good guests today. And we're coming to you again from the beautiful Flying Carpet Studios in Redondo Beach, California. Charlie's sitting in, engineer extraordinaire. And I've got DON BARRIS and Jason Gillearn here.
Can I say this? It's a pleasure to be part of the show.
Good to see you. And you're wearing, is that a Dead Air t-shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
You got to ask me nice, Holtzman? Let's see it, Don, if you can just kind of spread your wings there. Holy cow. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for...
I'm really not.
You're a real G.
Let me explain the whole situation. First of all, if you knew anything about DON BARRIS, you would know that I'm going to set the world record for the most shirts. Every day I wear a different shirt.
Yes, I see it. I like it every time I see it. Before we start, we'd like to swear you in. Jason,
is this a new part of the podcast?
I think you were sworn in Burbank. Of course you were, but you haven't been sworn in a new studio. Do you prefer the Yellow Pages, the Quran, or the Bible?
This is my 388 different shirt I've worn on the past
388. So you're going on. What's the record? How many?
It's about 10 years.
10 years? You have that many T-shirts?
I'll get them.
Incredible.
Jeez, I have T-shirts. I'll bring some T-shirts. You like T-shirts?
Yeah.
The swearing thing.
Do you prefer the Quran?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. This is the third person that said all of them.
We're sorry to put you through that, but the lawyers got involved.
Go ahead. Put your hand on the stack of the Quran, the Bible, and the Yellow Pages. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God while you're on Dead Air, L.A.?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Don, Quran, Yellow Pages, or the Bible?
I'm going to go all three.
All three? This is number 4.
But I am
Everybody's
Catholic.
trying to triple up their luck.
Then you may prefer just the Bible.
I want to go all of them.
All right.
Everybody needs that preventative these days. With
What year Yellow Pages is that?
Well, let me check. We got a question.
See? Everybody's going up the preventative, like
We got a question.
everybody.
That's not
Doing
even the
all
fucking
three.
Yellow Pages.
What?
It says the real Yellow Pages, okay?
It's the mini chump Yellow Pages is what it
It's
is.
probably
Yellow
not. It's
Pages
probably
was-
not the most current one. I've
Did
been
everybody
using the
go out of
same Yellow
business?
Pages.
I remember Yellow
You re-
Pages being a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah,
You ready, Don?
COVID-19.
I'm trying to
What
get into
difference does it
this.
make? What do you want to know what year the Bible is too in the Quran? Jeez. Sorry, Don. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God while you're on Dead Air, L.A.?
Not only did I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but I think it's really screwed up that you can't come to us before the show and say, "Oh, you can't swear."
Well, I got sisters that listen
Yeah,
to
I
this.
wouldn't
Okay,
have
it doesn't
showed up.
matter.
I'd
I
still
would
be
not
in
have.
the valley.
Maybe you can go to another comedy store waitress's show.
And thanks for Bad Ashley. How do you like that Bad Ashley? What a great band, huh? Out of New York.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Punk. It's punk. It's a
What were
fusion.
they
It's
saying?
like-
Weren't they saying bullshit during the entire song? but we can't swear.
Well, you can say lower level swears, I guess.
Did you tell your sister who your fucking guests were going to be? I don't think you did.
There you go.
The engineer can beep that out. Come on, bro.
No.
I ain't doing it. It's Chris's job.
And
I'm a rock star now.
Did you guys say hello to?
Nothing but nice things. He's a good guy because he was sharing. I'm a big music fan, and he was sharing some inside music.
And these are two
I'll show you
funny
some tracks later on when we get done with
Who
this.
did the most coke out of every artist you've?
Aerosmith, without a doubt.
Yeah.
We had to carry 4 keys with us everywhere we went.
Incredible.
When it got down to 4, they got really nervous, and we had to re-up.
What about heroin? Junked out too.
We didn't really mess with all that.
This is
But
you
that
can
was-
listen
it was
to
rap,
the Dead Air LA on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and wherever all podcasts are available.
Can I just ask
Did you have
one
to read
question
that?
about that?
Come on.
You
It's
know
a
what I
wor-
like?
it's-
What I like. Can you
It's a wor-
just see one thing real quick?
Sure.
I'll give it right back.
That's only every fucking podcast.
But I like it.
He's
Where it
better
says
than me.
Dead Air LA, and you crossed out Austin.
Yeah.
You couldn't have gotten a new notebook paper and
No, that's
rewritten it.
brilliant. They should put that on the
Well,
front
you
cover
know,
of
yeah,
his
I'm
album.
trying to,
Hey, you know, yeah.
I'm trying to save trees, right? You know, why make more work?
Yeah.
But so let's
get to items of
that-
interest.
Let's get
He tried-
let's
he tried
get to the weather. I've got some items of interest.
Yeah.
It's really going to be interesting.
His liberal grow-up didn't work too well in Texas. So
Let's start with the weather. It's a beautiful day here in Redondo Beach, California. It's 75 degrees or 23.9 degrees Celsius. The biometric pressure is 34.
Oh, you wouldn't let Mary Jane sit in here, but you'll read the damn weather report.
No, a lot of the listeners are interested in the weather. The weather is very important. They got a
Nobody
weather
cares.
channel. They got a channel just for the weather. I don't know if anybody. Wow,
Nobody
my
cares.
brother,
We got a few
my
of
brother
them.
Bruce loves the weather channel.
Yeah, well, people listen
You'll
to this
care
show
for tornadoes coming down the street. You'll care.
Yeah.
You'll care.
to listen to insanity.
You'll
That's the
care
reason
if
they
you live in
listen to it.
Maytown, Kentucky.
The dew point is 38 degrees or 3.3 degrees Celsius. The winds are out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. The moon is a waxing gibbons. The moon rises at 2:55 p.m. and it sets at 6:06 a.m. 6% of the moon is visible. High tide is at 1:50 p.m. Sunset is at 5:20 p.m. And the humidity is 46%. Does it feel kind of warm, Jason?
Yeah, I played soccer this morning, so I'm still sweating. So I'm a bad barometer for that.
The UV
Index.
Don, can you put that away, please?
No, he's
No.
Oh, you-
How long do I have to listen to the? And I'm going to say fucking weather report. Huh?
it's
No. Don't go. This is boring as hell. Let's move on.
All right.
Let's kick up this show a little bit.
I will. The air quality is 51.1 or moderate, and the visibility is 10 miles an hour, and the participation, the chance of rain is 0. So that's the weather for today.
excellent
and,
day to go
Don's
flying.
girlfriend's visibility is 0 because she's not
Right.
allowed in the fucking room, and she's offended by that.
Thank
by the
you
way.
very much. By the way, I'll tell you this: I've never felt lower. One day I'll get even with
Well,
you.
you know, if you're not happy here, you know.
You can take
Hit
it
the
out.
bricks.
Can you stop with the camera? Can you put your phone away, please?
You're not asking me questions. You're reading the weather report.
All right.
And then it goes into items of interest,
Okay.
which you don't let anybody
All
talk
right.
through.
We'll get to this. This is you know, Don. this episode number 12 doesn't even have to be uploaded. If that's what you
If
want.
that's what
So
you-
if
can I
that's
swear
your goal.
now?
No,
Can I
don't.
swear?
No, if it's your goal,
Swear all you want.
If it's your goal
It's not my goal.
to not have a number 12,
No, but
and
you're
we'll go
gonna-
from
I'm
12.
we'll go to 11 to 13, and 12 won't exist. If that's your goal
That's not my goal.
at the beginning of
You
this
could put 12
podcast,
Not
on the
my
dark
goal.
web.
to have the whole thing just washed
I was
out.
taking a picture, and you've embarrassed me in front of your entire audience.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
I am
you
trying to get
have.
on with this.
Who cares about the weather?
The weather is
report?
over. We're
No,
moving
okay,
on.
What's next?
The weather is over.
What's next?
I did it as fast as I could just
What's
for you.
next?
Discussing how many times your parents came to elementary school to when you was acting out.
All right.
Can I tell you?
How much coke did you do,
Jason, 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 Jason. Do you remember
Well said.
Do you remember the last time you were on Dead Air, LA?
I was with, yeah.
No,
And
the date, Jason. Do you remember the date?
No, I don't remember the fucking
hated it.
date. What, are you going to tell me the weather on that day, too? Come on.
Come on, man.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly when it was. It was June 16th, 2020. You were
Wow.
on show number 28 in Burbank.
Cool. Why are you going back to show 12 then? I don't understand. Why
Because this is
No, I'm threatening to wash out number 12 if this is what you want.
It's not what I want. I didn't drive.
Well, that's good news
Let
for
me
me
tell
that
you
that's
this.
not what you want.
I didn't wake up
Boy.
and drive all the way
I want
to
you not to
Redondo Beach
Yeah.
to come to a show to have you cancel it.
Like that.
Because can I tell you something? Not once, but twice. He booked me for this show.
Oh, really?
Not once, but twice.
Shine John?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
you
did
know
that
what he
to me
did?
too. Yeah,
And then
well, yeah.
he had on Comedy Store waitresses.
It was a very popular episode.
Yeah, he pulled that ish on me, too.
Yeah, it's just a.
June-
Is there anybody on this panel that likes you at all?
June 16th, 2020 was the day you were on and did a. Don, do you remember when you were on in
mid-pandemic.
Burbank?
COVID-19.
When was I on?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is wrong. Don, you were on Dead Air LA in June 16th, 2020.
Who does your research for this show? You're
Show number
terrible.
28. Jason, do you remember when you were on? I'm sorry, I had the back.
Was that Jason? What do you call me? What do you call
Jason
me?
Gillearn?
Gillearn. It's
No,
Gillearn.
people have
It's
been
Jason
fucking up my name
Gillearn.
for years, but nobody fucks it up like you, bro. I love that. No,
But
Gillearn. I like that.
It's Gillearn, right?
Thank you, DB.
I thought he was
Good
saying
to see you,
Jason.
man. Good to see you. You got to keep this guy
I thought he
happy.
said it was going to be Jason Moran, but then I realized it was Moran. He was saying,
Hello.
Jason,
Yeah, that's him.
do you remember when you were on Dead Air the first time?
You just told me, but you fucked that up. So let's move on to
No.
Pussy.
You're July 29th, 2020.
I thought me and DB
Show
were
number
on the same-
32
Okay, great.
No,
in
I guess
Burbank
not,
with the
no.
great.
People care less about that than the barometric pressure.
No,
What are we supposed to talk about?
I
Can
think
somebody
they-
give me an update in the football fucking game?
It's
I'm
an
here.
equal.
Yeah.
If I may say something,
Damn.
Jason, they cared about both those things equally.
So, Don,
0%.
Tell us for some new listeners. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, who you are.
Big fan of you, Bri. Big fan of DB.
Thank you.
Came to one of the few comics that I came to the Comedy Store in '95. It was only you two that we're all still gigging there, but I think that was it. And then L was the waitress.
I
What?
think that Mark Maron was around there.
No, I don't think he was. Not when I came in '95. But I remember
Maybe not the first time you were there. Maybe he was off that night, but he was there.
he was hanging
Well,
out
I think
there
it's
in 95.
important to let the guests talk and not
Well, he's
keep.
a guest.
Oh, really? You know what I think is
Especially when the
important?
guest is correct and you're incorrect.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just trying to
tell
help
you
out.
what's in
No,
your
I'm trying to tell you that I'm still upset about the time you had
know
me
you are.
booked here twice, and then you had waitresses instead of me.
Yeah.
You didn't even tell me. You didn't even tell me there's been a scheduled change.
he's more.
So
Do you want to ask me the same question?
I don't know. I heard something.
Yeah,
I
Greg-
heard something.
Greg
in the,
Someone's being killed.
yeah, Greg, Greg
like
mute
the-
those other channels, bro.
Can you hear something?
Yeah, Greg, mute all the other channels except for the 600
It's the
record.
Ohio.
You wanna-
Ohio
you wanna-
Now
Yeah,
you're
Players.
going to have to cancel
He'll do it.
this fucking
He'll do
episode.
it.
The sound guy's fucking on
Yeah.
below.
Oh, do the F-bombs, please. Can you go in there and see if it's
Let's see.
is it okay?
Mute all the other tracks except for the ones that are in record right now.
He's a genius. Did you see what he
See?
just did right
I
there?
got clout. I got people.
Incredible.
So
I got
tell us a
people.
little about yourself, Jason. I'm going to get you right next, okay?
Oh, I'm making it hard for you. How about the fact
Whoa.
that 2 times you booked me and you had waitresses?
I apologize numerous times
I
for
will
that.
never forgive you.
It
For
was
that.
a
see you,
Sappho.
Knuckles.
Then
A
today
Sappho.
I came
Let
here
me see your knuckles.
and you left Mary
Okay, it's
Jane.
not going to
out.
end in a fight because this is what happens when
Let
it
me
ends
tell
in a
you
fight.
this. You want to talk about? I fought this guy one time. He
right
jumped
on.
on my back. I flipped him off. We punched it out a little bit. Then he went in the
Hey,
middle of the street.
that's going to make noise in the mic.
Yeah, it does.
Worse than the guy getting killed 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Come on.
So
He's
tell
on
us,
his own track,
you want
but
to
we
finish
just-
up with your introduction for the
No.
audience?
He wants to chew
I will
peanut.
say you are really a good host.
Thanks, man. You know, yeah, that means a lot to me coming from a guy like you. Now tell us about
Stand-up
yourself.
Okay, good.
Oh, go ahead.
I already said it. Stand-up comedian. Love you both. Big fan of yours now because I know engineers are the magicians in the fucking studio. The producers.
We're the saboteurs, yes.
They
that's
really
correct.
are. Like,
yeah.
you know, because I love music. I've watched a lot of documentaries. And the
Bipolar,
engineers are the
all that.
fucking
Yeah.
the geniuses, and then they become producers and shit. So.
And they're bipolar. They're typically, what what's the term? Sociopaths and
Really?
stuff like that. Yeah.
The engineers?
Yeah.
Well, the producers are fucked up
smiling
too.
at you. Yeah, it's a whole camp.
Just say F. Just say F.
Sorry, big fan of
Just
everybody
just
here.
say F.
Soccer player.
I like the way you say it, though.
I like
I
that.
enjoy it. I love it. But, YouTube has got standards.
He's funny. He's hilarious.
And then that's it. And then we'll move on to DB.
Go
and then-
Rams! Go Rams!
Go Browns.
Don,
What?
tell us about
Oh,
yourself,
hi.
Don.
I'm a Taurus the Bull. I was born in Saginaw,
Nice.
Michigan. Same hospital as Stevie Wonder. I've always been told that I have
I did not know that.
a bigger than
I did
average
not know
penis.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Taurus are like that. We have our own China shops, and we have big.
Let me ask you this:
Has your girlfriend told you they have a bigger average penis? The girl that
Okay, let's just not
Holtzman
talk.
wouldn't let into the fucking studio.
I just can't believe he wouldn't.
Just say
Yeah.
F. Just say F.
Hey.
trying to get a little fire going.
This is the BD club.
Did I swear? I don't even know I'm swearing, by the way. My parents are from Dublin,
Yeah.
so I grew up folk.
Hey, this is the full-on BDC right here.
I'm trying to.
Go ahead, Don. Can we give Don the floor, please?
What else do you want
Why?
to know?
Anything you
about
want to tell us about yourself and
That's
what
just
you're doing
expensive.
today?
Oh, it's
Anything you want to divulge? I mean, you're a very
me?
interesting guy. You got a lot to say.
Thank you.
Anything?
You probably know
Go ahead, Don.
You gotta
me.
give him
No,
my-
I'm not talking. Go ahead. Let's get to the items of interest. Something we can laugh about.
You got to give him my floor. Do you have any people that peed on that
All right, Charlie. Let's ease it
when they were
up,
drunk and
Charlie.
passed out?
Charlie,
Are these the items of interest?
these are
today?
some items of interest.
And you said I'm going to like these.
We got to
this-
get you a fucking iPad. What are you doing here, bro?
He's
This
old school analog.
This was originally for Earl. This item of interest, but Earl
But Earl quit on you.
he got sick.
From
He had a
DMX?
cold
No.
late last night.
from
He-
DMX.
I
That
Hey,
Earl?
Charlie,
Type it down,
Charlie,
bro.
just,
Please.
we don't mind you chiming in, but you're a continuous chime right now. Kids don't need a phallic hero. This is an item of interest. This could be for Don as well as Earl. Leave it to Denmark to spark controversy, even in children's programming, said so-and-so and so-and-so. The country's public broadcaster recently began airing a new cartoon aimed at 4 to 8-year-olds called John Dillermand, which loosely translates as John Penis Man. The title character is a fatally creepy, bubbly cartoon man of middle age who lives with his great-grandmother, but is...
This is super interesting.
You know the
This is
problem. Can I
really-
tell you the problem? I've analyzed this.
You want to read it, Don?
I
No, he
don't.
doesn't.
I don't. I think this could not be more ridiculously bad.
The problem is, and I've kind
It's
of thought
really
about
bad.
this.
It's really ridiculous when the guests are fighting the items of interest. My listeners love items of interest. I
You
mean,
know
look,
what? I asked you the other day, hey, can I get one of the items of interest so I can have some knowledge on what we're going to be
No, it's all
talking about?
spontaneous, Don.
Yeah, well, I wanted to.
Don, it's all spontaneous. Okay, come on, Don.
You're a different person on this show. You're a different person.
I'm not a different person.
You're a completely
It's
different
all
person.
about making us
I
look
can't
bad.
believe. Yeah.
Hey,
And
you know,
what?
Charlie,
Yeah.
are you here to help?
So
Or are
you're
you here?
superior.
Hey, Charlie, the other thing.
He's a distractor. He's supposed to be my wingman.
I'm
here.
an influencer, man.
and
Come on.
what he also
I got 5
did
guys
is
on
he,
Instagram.
he hurt my friend Mary Jane, who's waiting out somewhere.
She's fucking pissed off by
Would
the
you
way.
please with the F?
Yeah,
Sorry,
maybe
but
if you
what's,
were a
what's
little
worse?
nicer.
What's worse,
So, like, we got-
swearing or banning a woman from a fucking
Yeah, but
podcast?
they came all the way out here. They came out here, had to wake me up and get me out here on time.
So now we're using
Did I show up?
Did you
Go
hear
for
what
it.
she said? She said, Brian won't let me in. Like, she's bent out of shape. You
No,
better
it's
apologize.
no problem. This,
wow.
Yeah,
this is
okay.
why, Charlie, I wanted you to get the viewing window going.
Well, you should have done that before today.
I don't know. I thought you were going to handle that.
Well, we have a studio, but not too many people work here, so I really appreciate you coming over. 'Cause,
Charlie, you're fucking great, man.
I think you're really fucking great.
He's a legend.
in my own mind, I have a picture of me standing out in my cornfield. I have a farm in Virginia, so I have a picture of me outstanding in my field. That's it, right there. It's on my wall.
Incredible.
Quick question to you, Charlie.
That's how I feel
Has
about it.
anyone ever said anything good about the items of interest? Anybody? Never.
Everybody just
Okay,
sits here
what's
and kind
what's
of
the
goes.
next one?
All right, this is a letter that I had to write in 1992. It says, It says, Carl Weinberg. This is Carl. I want to apologize for my notorious behavior at your club on August 3rd. It was a stupid thing to do, and I will pay the price for it. I don't know what else to say. You probably think I'm a real dick, comma. But I was told by James Dion, I just didn't think it was going to cause a big problem that it did.
Jesus.
I hope you don't hold it against me, and if I'm ever allowed in the club again, I can certainly guarantee you that I will be one of the best behaved patrons you have ever seen.
Do you go over any of the material with him before the show?
Sincerely,
Charlie?
No, but I get this feeling I'm happy to be
Sincerely,
writing one of
Brian
those pretty soon.
Holtzman. This is an apology letter, okay?
So what do you mean patron? Were you on stage?
I was
or you a patron?
I was
Well, you
a
real-
newly in town, struggling.
Where was this
Comedian.
at?
This was at the Improv on Melrose.
Whoa.
And you're grilling somebody. in the
I would
audience.
pay money to see that set. 92.
This is another apology letter from 92 to Mark Lano from the improvisation. By now, you've probably heard that I was 86th from your Melrose Club, August 3rd, 1992, for impersonating a new face. Let me tell you what happened. I was watching the New Faces show. Arthur Montgomery, rest his soul, was just exiting the stage, and the MC, Mr. T, was having trouble locating the next act.
Mr. T. Wow.
Somebody by the name of Anthony, I think. So I told the MC I was Anthony and proceeded to do what amounted to about 3 minutes, if it was that much. As soon as I saw the big flashlight, I got off the stage. Needless to say, James Dion and Carl Weinberg were not happy with me. I have sent them letters of apology. I have great respect for the improv organization, as well as a new face. I always have a
Can
good
I just
time.
tell them that you moved your hand like you really
They'll
are?
see it. There's two cameras going.
Yeah.
No, but it's this is Spotify also, Jason.
It's called
so
sucking
Don
up.
is
Joe
right.
Rogan, Spotify. He's on video.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't do that on Spotify, I don't think.
I don't think so either. I think
No,
it's
because
just
there's
the
a
audio.
subscription thing going.
Yeah.
On. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is like a low budget podcast. Nobody told me that either.
Well,
I
we're
can't
doing
say
the-
fuck, and now it says
We're
low budget.
doing the
know.
best we can with the
I
money that we
apologize.
have,
Yeah.
Jason.
I apologize.
Okay?
I'm happy
think-
to be here.
Think if you came with your girl, she had to wake you
My
up.
wife, yeah. I'm. It's.
I
It
came
says
here.
a lot about you that you didn't walk the fuck out of here.
All right, Jason.
I said fuck again.
Well, just be happy. Just be happy.
I
we're
may
here.
fucking walk out at one point.
Come on, guys.
No, you come on.
I got sisters
This
that
is
You
listen
said
to this.
bullshit.
dick. You
This
said
is-
dick in your letter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's like a low level.
And your
curse.
intro song says bullshit. So,
So
it's bullshit.
I have great respect for the improv organization as well as the new phase. I've always had a good time, and I perform at the improv. And I know I shouldn't have done what I did, but all my friends are new faces, and sometimes I just feel left out. I'm guilty of impersonating a new face and gaining access to the stage by lying to the MC. I am sorry for my actions, and I'm not currently involved in the New Faces program or any program at
Sounds
the Improv.
familiar.
And this incident is certainly not going to help in my aspirations. As I told Carl Weinberg, if I'm ever allowed in the club again, my behavior will certainly be above reproach. Mark, I hope this unfortunate incident will not impede our relationship and we can move forward. I know that the Improv plays hardball, and I know my actions could affect my association I have with the
Did you
Improv
ever
for the
get
rest
back
of my
in there?
life. I certainly have. This will not be the case. I have great respect for the Improv and the management, employees, and the New Faces programs.
He did the thing with the hand again.
He sucks
And,
up pretty good, don't you think?
This sounds
And they had a
great.
fit. You know how the Improv. They had a fit. They had a freaking fit. You know, they had a fit. You know,
Why
it was
did
li-
you?
it
What
was
was
like
your
I-
Why would you
goal
do that?
You wanted to like. what was
See,
your
I
goal?
agree with
My
the
goal
improv.
was to get on stage. The guy they were calling wasn't there.
I
Well,
take the
everybody
improv
going to sit
side.
on their hands and wait for the guy to show up? You tell him who you are and you get on there.
You don't
Then why
lie.
write an
You
apology
don't
letter?
lie.
Why the
That's what
letter
you
to
don't
apologize?
do. If you
Well, I
went
was
on
new in
stage
town,
and
you
you
know, I
weren't
figured-
supposed to be
I had
there,
a
you
friend-
don't go up there.
My friend James
Yeah.
Tripp, he's been on the pod. He has a computer. So I would just, he
a
could
lot
do
of
it.
people have them now.
He could do it
Yeah.
real quick. You know, I would just talk and he would type it for me.
Who else did you write a letter to?
Well, this one is the one that's going to hurt the most. This is dated 92. This is August 4th. It's,
Are you in some kind of 12-step
oh my
program right now?
God. You're
And
telling me?
Making amends?
You're telling me? Oh.
Can you buy him
Is
a
that another
fucking
one?
iPad? I can't look at this anymore. I thought I was disorganized.
This is to James Dion. I'd like to apologize for impersonating a new face at your new face showcase.
Didn't you just do that
Don,
one?
there's more. There's 3 people here. I'll read it fast. Okay, Don?
No.
You got a bus to catch?
Yeah,
you got a bus to
I
catch?
don't have a bus
you got a
to
flight
catch.
to catch?
I have a girl that's waiting for me to come out because you wouldn't let her in here.
It's no business to be. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, bust a cap in his ass.
You know, improv on August 3rd. I don't expect you to forgive me, and I don't expect you to forget what I did at any time soon. You know, like a big deal. Like
Can I ask you one question? I mean,
No,
why
you can
didn't
ask
you
me
just
a lot of
write
questions.
one email and then copy everybody instead of writing 3 letters?
Are there calls? Will there be calls coming in?
I don't know. You never know.
Could be.
You never know what's going to happen. But, I know what's happening.
What's the number if people wanted to call?
Yesterday, somebody called that was like wanted some information on laundry detergent with one of his neighbors.
All right. Can I finish this segment here?
If you can tell me the number where people can call in.
Look, it's real simple.
No,
if I didn't give away free studio time, I wouldn't have any work. That's
You don't want to give the number out, okay? That's my number. My phone is hooked up, so
Okay.
when they call me,
Brian's
it goes to the
number
phone.
is-
Why does everything have to be a problem here? You guys going to come on here? This whole podcast cannot exist. You know that. Do you
What
want
do you
it to
mean?
exist?
Is that what you want?
And you're not helping
Is that
either.
what you want?
No, I want whatever's going to happen. And whatever
Okay,
happens,
we're
I'll
trying
go
to
on-
do it.
We'll
but
go to
you've
number
lied
13.
to us. Look what you've
We'll
done.
go to number
Look what
13.
you've done.
Yeah.
Could you read any
Number
more
12
letters?
doesn't have to exist.
Could you
Just
me-
know that.
Could you read any more letters
go
to the
home
same
then?
person?
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you can leave. That is correct.
Wow.
You can walk out at any time. I've had this problem
You're the
before.
worst host on a show
It's like
I've ever
that
been
now.
involved with.
Okay,
You're
I
not
understand.
helping either. You're being an adversarial.
Because he
Do you wanna
understands
sit
you're
in?
wrong.
Do you want to sit in,
No,
Charlie?
my loyalty went over to those guys because it's getting rough, bro.
It is getting.
Yeah, laugh it up, Charlie. It'll be the last time you co-host.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah.
Doesn't he own the studio?
Co-host. Wow, I got co-host credit. Damn. I'll shut up now.
All right, hey, let's read some more of those
You,
letters.
you guys are going to keep it up, and you're going to keep it up,
And he's gonna
and
get
I
really
can
pissed off.
end it right now.
Hey, you'll
Oh,
get
that's
really
it.
pissed
You're a
off.
powerful
You want to
man.
do that? You want to do it?
And you know what?
I don't care. We'll go to 13. 12 won't exist.
Here's what I'll do.
12 will not exist.
I will
You're
bring-
here to sabotage this format.
No, I'm
I have
not.
listeners
No, I'm
who
not.
like what goes on here.
Who likes it? Tell me 2 people. Yeah.
My 2 sisters
He's
enjoy
got
it
2.
a lot. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you do that, if you skip this show, I will bring these 2 guys on my podcast.
Let them go. Let
and
them go.
I will put you down.
Yeah, and he even offered to pay me, so I don't know.
All right. Yeah. I don't.
At least Barris
I know
won't
what
fuck up
I
my
did.
name on his pod.
This is probably not a good podcast if everybody's just screaming.
Jason Gillearn.
Thank you. Go ahead. I want to hear the third letter.
We want to hear
Want me
this.
to read the letter?
Good days, bad days. Just think that,
Is he leaving?
No, I don't think he's going to leave.
He's getting upset, though.
If he does, I'll take over as the host.
You don't like items of interest. You don't like the letter segment. You don't like the weather. It's obvious you don't like it here. And if you don't like it here, you can leave.
I
and you
am
can
saying
go
this.
too.
Hey,
I wanna say
watch
I love
that
with your
attitude.
F-bombs.
Watch that.
With your continuing F-bombs.
But I don't know what I'm
asked
swearing.
you not to say the F-bombs.
I don't even
I
know
got
I'm
sisters
swearing.
that listen to this. So both you guys can get the hell out of here. You can go back to your engineers and your wire, and I'll do it by myself.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Can we
I'll
take
go
a
back in
call?
there and hit
Can we
that
take
red
a
button.
call?
Are you guys going to fly right?
I've
and
done
are you going to
nothing.
shut up for
What
5
have I
minutes?
done? What have I done?
Charlie, I'm about ready to
know.
throw you off the fucking set.
I'm about ready to hit that red race button in there, too.
All right.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
What have I done? Brian, explain to me
I
what
don't
I've
want to
done.
get into it. I want to get to the program of the show.
Okay.
I knew this was going to be a problem, but I didn't know it was going to be this big of a problem.
What have I done?
You're not letting the show progress.
Okay.
If you don't like it, you can leave.
Is that
Right.
laminated?
Yes, it is. It's one of those sheets.
It's not laminated. It's in protective thing, okay?
I see.
This
You know,
is,
you
you,
could
wouldn't
take a-
have this if it was laminated.
You could take a picture of that and then make
you
a
can
PDF
just
and read
mind
it.
your business.
I'm trying to help the show,
You don't need to help anything.
So you don't want the guest to talk.
so I can swear.
You can talk in a constructive manner. The
Okay.
people listening to this are not going to be fans of yours if you keep giving me a hard time. Okay?
Oh, I think I can make him jump to my
And that
side.
goes for you as well.
I didn't say anything.
Well, it's about time. I know I certainly didn't show any respect for your position, but I want to know that I'm very sorry that it happened. All my friends are new faces. This is going to be a horrible episode if they're just going to hear me yell for
No, it's
an
great.
hour
That's
and a
what they
half.
want. That's why people
No, they
love
don't.
you.
They
love
want
when you
content.
scream.
They don't want some silly ass,
Who-
stupid
who-
podcast
who
where nothing's
interrupted you?
discussed.
Who interrupted you? No, keep reading that letter. I
He's
was
just pissed
interested.
off.
All my friends are new faces, and I just didn't. No, it's not a big deal.
Who's your friends who were new faces back then?
I don't want to get into who they want. This is
I mean,
a
this
nice.
is not.
bullshit.
Hey,
This
That
is
was back in the
Jason
glow days.
Gillearn. This is not a show where you talk.
I'm
is
genuinely
19
curious.
Well, but you don't talk on this show.
Stan Quash. Do you remember Stan Quash? Stan Quash was a new face. Do you remember Stan Quash?
No, then,
All the comics that I was hanging out with were new faces.
Let me
well,
tell
it
you
didn't
this.
work out for Stan Quash.
No, it did not. And he had the funny name.
You remember
and
Stan
everything.
Quash?
Not at all.
Do either one of you guys have apology letters from like 25 years ago?
I'll be able to visit the club again. I really didn't mean to cause so much trouble, and God knows that if I knew it was going to turn out the way it did, I never would have done it. I truly respect you, the improv.
He did the thing with the hand again. Is that okay to say if I
Yeah,
ruin the show
everything's
by doing that?
okay. If you're just, if you're just there to, make the podcast not work.
I
then,
don't think that we're doing that. I don't
doing
think
that.
Well, I hope
anybody
you're
did
not.
that.
I hope you're not. We can.
Well, I mistook the whole idea. So the idea.
Well, what's the idea? We're having lunch. We're talking. If we were at lunch right now and you were talking like this to me while
Well,
I'm eating lunch,
I think DB.
I'd
his,
say I don't want to have lunch with you anymore.
To
I mean,
DB's credit,
what do you mean? What do you mean? I
I'm
don't
telling
know
you.
what's going on here. What do you mean you don't know
I'm
what's
gonna
going on
I'm
here?
explaining to you. I thought maybe DB thought that when you're talking about the barometric pressure and the letters, I didn't swear, that he didn't think the podcast started yet, but this is the podcast.
Oh, this is the podcast.
Aren't you funny? Aren't you funny? You're a comical guy.
Oh, this is the podcast.
I know. Again, I don't think DB
I
got
didn't
it.
know that. I did not get
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah,
then.
so
You
that's
didn't
the
say that.
confusion.
There's no red light out here because I couldn't afford one.
Yeah, okay. So that's the problem. Get back to the letter.
It's almost over now. I want to apologize to my listeners
Dragging
who are
on
listening
and
to this
on
right
and
now.
on.
It's truly respect you, the improv, the New Faces program. I realize that my actions at the club may have jeopardized my chance of ever being part of that program. So those are some letters that I wrote when I first got to L.A. I was an aspiring comic. I had come down from North. But the one that hurts me the most,
Was that back in the cocaine days?
the one that hurts me the most is this one here. It starts off with "Hey Don."
Bum, bum, bum.
Nobody's ever written a
You're
song
looking at me?
that starts off with "Hey Don." I know
I'd
that.
like to take this opportunity to tell you how regrettable, saddened, and upset I am for FUCKING up your Sunday evening potluck at the Westwood Comedy Store.
Oh, I remember this.
You do remember.
Oh, do I remember
June
this?
28th. Unbelievable. I can certainly assure you that my questionable behavior will not be repeated at the Westwood or Sunset Club or any other comedy store location. I cannot, however, guarantee my behavior at other comedy outlets in the community.
There's a comedy outlet?
And I say community because we are rebuilding the community because of the riots.
There's that sucking up thing again.
In closing, I hope you accept this apology,
Never did.
Don, and that I will be able to perform again in the Westwood Comedy Store, well behaved, quiet, no shouting. Do you want to explain? Do you want to explain yourself, Don?
It's good that we drive somewhere around the world to get to this, and the microphone's not working. Yes, I will remember. I
heard
remember
that too.
very
Was
well.
that a crackle or something?
That was a crackle.
I believe that at one point I was the MC of the Westwood Comedy Store, and one night I brought up who was the guy that did a show. Do you remember the guy's name?
George
Brian.
Wallace.
No, he did.
What a rough
prank.
start to a
He did
podcast,
prank.
huh? Go ahead, Don.
Okay,
Tell
way to interrupt the guest.
No,
when he's
I
talking.
can't get over it. You know,
I'm trying to say, why don't we come back?
Everybody was so
Hey,
nice in craft services.
Let's
How'd you like
Fight,
craft services?
fight,
Nice.
Craft
huh?
services.
You come in here and you want to kick me
Can
in the
I
nuts.
tell you this? This Topo Chico mineral water is really good.
I had a lot of that in Austin. Oh, that's
I'm
good
gonna
stuff.
duck when that bottle starts swinging. I'm down.
All right, let's get back to this.
Go ahead,
He
Don.
had on the prank show. He did a prank show on TV. Oh, what's his name? You know the guy's name.
Sparky?
No, it wasn't Sparky. Sparky did have something.
Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy. I introduced Jamie Kennedy, and then this lug of shit comes up on stage.
But you didn't know it.
I didn't know it. But then Sparky, who's the closest thing to a demon as I've ever met in my life.
What happened to that? What happened to Sparky? Yeah, of course.
His career's over. And he came up and he goes, "That's not Jamie Kennedy. That's Brian Holtzman. And he just made you look like an idiot."
And tell him what you did.
I unplugged. I tried to get you off. You wouldn't come off. So I had to unplug the sound.
And I had to make an apology.
He had to
but,
start screaming.
You know,
Yeah.
if they, I knew Jamie. I was an associate friend of him at the time. I knew he wasn't on location. They called his name. He wasn't there. So I went on the stage. What am I going to do?
But it's a potluck. There's 3,000 people waiting to get on. You know who could have taken it? The next guy that was on the list. But you had to push your way through, and you thought you weren't going to get in trouble.
But look
and
at
look
it
what
now.
happens later.
You really took that personal.
I finally got my revenge by driving you crazy during your podcast here today.
No, I'm okay. I want to apologize to Jason and Don. I'm even going to apologize to you
Can we get that typed out and laminated?
for my outburst.
I'll turn that section into an
What,
NFT token.
what happened there?
Okay.
I've never seen you lose it like
Yeah.
that before.
Well,
But this time it was unnecessary. There was no
no.
reason.
I was ready to walk. I would just walk.
That
home.
would have been good. I would have taken it over.
Well, he's been he's been under a lot of stress lately.
What's the stress he's been?
Here we go.
He's been under a lot of stress.
There we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I wanted also to show you. I don't know if anybody knows. But I just got back from the Hawaiian Islands.
Nobody cares, bro.
And,
really.
I care about Hawaii.
You're coming off on a different. You're not.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be adversarial. Okay.
What?
Can
you say that again?
I thought
I
you
was
understood
I
what you're
went-
supposed.
Can you define that
You know-
word so we can all catch up on that?
Yeah, it's just dumbfounding to me.
Adversarial?
It's dumbfounding to me that you're about to pull out a fucking map. It's amazing. But it is genuine because you know what I
I
love about
want to
Brian?
just show you where I was, okay? I just want
Do you
to.
have any baby
I want to
pictures?
show you where I was.
There's a thing called Google Maps.
They
You
make
might want to
these?
check it out.
I can't believe
Yeah,
they
I got
still
this
make
at
them.
AAA.
Oh, man.
I was on.
Brian Holtzman, 7 years behind
Okay, there we go.
technology.
I was.
Slap
I was
work?
on.
Big
Yeah,
Island?
it's okay. I was on.
By the way, does this fall
hi.
into the items of interest
hi.
category?
Oh, how do you say it?
Oahu.
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 And I went to Diamond Head. I went to the top of Diamond Head, and I went to the Sunset Beach where the big waves are.
Is
and I went-
Diamond Head where the Brady Bunch went and found that bad thing?
I'm not familiar with that episode, but anyway, this is Hawaii. If you can get a chance to get to Hawaii, you just go on Travelocity and you can get some real good deals. That's what I did.
Who'd you go with, Brian?
I went with Rose Bautista. You know,
Oh.
she had never been there, and I wanted to take her there. I'd been there before.
What a gentleman.
And,
you know what? It's always nice to be nice to your girl.
Yeah.
I remember today when I told a girl that she could come out with us. Hey, come with us. And we'll watch the show. We'll put you on the side. And then when I got here, nobody else was against Mary Jane being part of this, just Holtzman.
Well, I figured it just a lot of wires here, a lot of tripping hazards, and I thought that would be.
You know what? She's pretty good. Once she sits in a chair, she's pretty good.
So that was Hawaii. If anybody's interested, it's fascinating
Nobody
place.
is.
The 50th state, I think. 50th,
It is the 50th state. What's the 49th state?
Alaska. Yeah.
What's the 48th state?
California? I don't know.
Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota.
No, it's not Minnesota.
Nobody knows.
So tell us what you guys have been up to now with this COVID thing.
Oh,
COVID-19.
now the show's picking up. Well, I stayed at my house a lot. I didn't leave for the last 2 years. Have you caught the COVID yet?
No.
I have it right now. No, around Christmas time I had it, and you know what?
We have a lot of different guests that come on the program.
Oh,
so,
really?
You know, you just have
I
to-
remember the one time that I was scheduled to be here, and yet actually 2 times, and you decided to have Comedy Store waitresses instead of me.
Shine John.
What's that?
You Shine John.
I hope no
Oh,
Comedy Store
twice.
waitresses
Wow.
are listening to this because they're going to be
No,
pretty
I
insulted.
love the Comedy Store waitresses.
Yeah.
I just felt very hurt that I've tried to help this guy in numerous ways, and he finally says, "Hey, yeah, be on my show." And at first I thought it was like Red Band, but then I realized it wasn't Red Band. It was this son of a bitch.
How did the Comedy Store waitresses do the podcast from outside the studio?
No, they came right inside.
Oh,
Slip Nicky and Boo Boo Kitty.
And what did you guys talk about? What did you learn when you had the waitresses on?
They were great. They were very, very great. They were
What was the big part?
Well, what was unique about the Comedy Store waitresses and a lot of guests that we have on Dead Air LA is they contribute in a positive way to items of interest or whatever's going on, so that we can give our listeners some content that's, I could say, worth listening to.
But you know what? Look what Jason and I
That's
did.
all.
We almost gave you a brain aneurysm.
Well, I felt like you were trying to sabotage.
I don't think so.
This
Can you
particular
tell
episode.
me one thing that I did?
Well, honestly, that's the most angriest I've ever seen him here.
Me too.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah, here.
Okay, well,
Again. I don't know why you're ever.
Why is he not allowed to talk? I see you're going into some bag.
Hustler bag.
Hustler
Right?
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a
what do you
G-rated
got
show
there?
on YouTube.
Yeah. Are you going to give away prizes?
I just wanted to give you a couple of trinkets.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he's being
Oh,
nice
it's a-
now.
now I don't
Brian,
even need an apology. Now. Look at that.
I
Thanks,
heard.
Brian.
I heard Holtzman. Thank
It's
you.
called
Incredible.
Guilt. It's called Guilt and a
Thanks,
peace
Brian.
offering to bury the hatchet. That's what it's about.
This beats the pin you gave me 5 years ago.
Oh,
I
wait
got
a
button,
second.
too?
You get
Wow,
a
look at that.
sticker?
The main thing is to keep the main thing.
The main
Is that
thing.
haiku? What is that?
It's deep meaning.
And this I saw in the Comedy Store office, and I just loved it so much that I made stickers.
How you do anything is how you do everything. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like Confucius.
Some
You know,
motivational
You want
Thanks,
shit.
Brian.
to? Yeah, you want to know how you're on a probation on this show?
Say it again.
You want to know how you're on probation when you're on the show?
Tell me.
You don't get any of those things.
Oh,
I see.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask this? When do you think I'll be on the show again? Oh,
Oh,
button.
there's the button.
There's
the
the
old school
button.
button.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
I saw Holtzman.
All the buttons.
You really changed the button in the last 30 years.
Not really. The pictures from 30 years ago. But
Yeah.
I
But it
love
looked good
the-
back then, though, huh?
Oh, but these are a bunch of... Oh.
Incredible.
What's this? Oh,
This is incredible. Skankfest. Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And a lighter?
Wow. That's getting whacked. You got the whack pack,
Thanks,
man.
Brian.
Wow.
Don't you feel bad now for fucking up the show,
Yeah.
DB? Come
Yeah.
on.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't know what I did. You're the one that kept saying fuck, not me.
Right when he gave him the papers, he just his whole.
But I can't. I really apologize for saying the F word, but I'm working on it.
But he's
I
got
didn't mean
Tourette's,
to.
so
yeah, it's really bad.
And
that works.
I'm really sorry that I talked on a podcast. I've been working on it not to talk. I'll just sit there.
No, you guys can talk whatever you want to say. You're more than welcome.
I'm so
It's
sorry
just that
I
I
haven't wiped
felt
your
like
ass.
you were being counterproductive. That's all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I apologize.
Then
too.
can I tell you this? Could I hear the weather report again?
What do you want to?
Yes, please.
Because I really did rush
Amazing.
it. I rushed
You
it.
did rush it.
Yeah, it was kind of disjointed because he was yelling.
All right, let's try to do it and just pretend you're not who you are.
Pretend to not be who I am.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I take that as an insult. Read the weather.
Let's do some items of interest. Would you like that?
Oh,
Back to
yes.
that again.
I also have this book of letters. These are the way letters used to be written back in the day. This is Letters for All Occasions. I think that you're going to love some of these selections. This is a very popular segment, and
Could I get one of these microphones for Mary Jane? She came all the way out here, and I was just wondering.
Okay, all right. These are the letters I picked today on a child's death.
Oh no!
It's kind of a morose subject, but these are letters for all occasions.
But it goes with the rest of the stuff you've been doing today.
I guess it goes okay with dead air. I get dead air early.
Well, getting the depressing part.
My
Wait.
dear Mr. Bendix.
So can you honestly? I apologize. Can you give some background of? You just go right into it. Who died and who's he writing the letter to?
It's in the letter, Jason.
I apologize. Again,
Nobody cares.
That's 3 apologies.
No,
ahead.
nobody. That wouldn't be
Not
a
about
good
the
answer.
That's the whole point. I like
about the-
context.
Nobody cares. See, Charlie, I'm just trying to help you, Charlie, for you to be the best
Butt boy.
person
go
you
ahead.
can
So
be.
he's trying to help you, in other
I'm
words.
trying to help you.
I
Who
appreciate
cares? After Jason wanted some information, you said, "Who cares?" Which is not a positive thing to say.
You know what?
I
I-
care. I
You're
still want to know. It
Charlie,
doesn't-
you're here to make the podcast better.
Really?
Can I throw this
Really?
out here? I don't know if I've asked this. Could I get another one of these microphones, keychains?
And sometimes that happens. People don't work out. It happens. It's nothing. Nobody's mad at anybody. Nobody's upset. But yes, you can. Can you wait till after the podcast?
I just never got an answer. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
See, I don't know what to do. I'll just go back to not talking.
These are things that I have to deal with, and I try to deal with them in a constructive way.
Let's get back to the
Sometimes
death
I
letter.
lose my temper, and that's on me.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget he's boss man.
Well,
honestly,
it's not that
right.
I'm boss man, Charlie. It's not your podcast.
That's right.
It's my podcast.
When is your special coming out? Comedy
Is
special.
there context before this letter? Because it says it's about the death of a child, and then that's all it says. And then it goes into the letter. It doesn't make any sense. There has to be
Well,
some
what it
paragraph.
is this is Letters for All Occasions.
Right.
This is copyrighted 1952.
right.
So if somebody dies, you could take this letter and just change the
One would-
name.
Right. It tells people how to write beautiful letters. It says it's a guide to social and business correspondence with 300 model letters and telegrams by Alfred Stewart Myers.
Could I ask a question,
Cool.
please?
Yes,
I don't.
of course. You
Okay,
don't have
when
to
you're
ask.
reading
You
this
don't-
next thing, could you exchange the name of the person that passes away to Mary Jane because you're going to kill her for not being able to
Okay,
drive it
I
all
can-
the way out?
I can do that, Don. See, that's a
Okay.
nice thing. Okay. This particular section is on a child's death. Dear Mr. Beddix, as a neighbor of yours, I want to express to you and your wife my deepest sympathy in the tragic death of your little daughter. She was loved by all who knew her, and I know what a bitter loss you have suffered.
Jesus.
I shall call on you personally.
You know what you should do
I
sometimes?
don't think this is bullshit.
you should.
Classic response. See, Charlie, see the way he responded positively.
You should let
He
people.
helped the podcast.
Well, I have kids. This is
He helped the podcast. See how he did that, Charlie? He didn't say like, "Hey, Brian, you stupid idiot! Why are you writing?"
Brian, can I throw something at you?
Go ahead, Don.
Two things.
I got your back, buddy.
Two
You wearing
things.
a dead air T-shirt. Can we pull this thing together? Can we
First
pull
of
this?
all-
Can we pull this?
Can you
podcast?
give Mary Jane a butt plug? She just needs a butt plug.
I got to tell you, I still love the mustache. It's the Clark Gable mustache you have. The second thing I wanted to say here, you should go over some of the things you're going to do when you invite people to be on the show.
There you go.
Thank
She
you.
got 2 butt plugs. There you go. It's one for DB.
You might want to take that ring off beforehand.
God.
Can we-
Unbelievable. This is really uphill battle. This is a training exercise
Yeah.
for me. You want to be a Marine, sir? All right, let's
Yeah,
get back.
this is great. I do want to hear the rest of this, but
It's very interesting stuff.
It is.
I mean,
From
where are you
a
gonna?
time
What podcast
gone
are you going to
by.
hear something like this?
See, he almost said who.
Nobody else
Most
would do that.
podcasts are talking about their merch, and they're talking about their merch,
Right.
and they're talking about their merch,
Right.
and they're talking about their merch, and they're talking about their merch, and they're talking about their merch, and they're talking about their merch,
Wanna buy
and they're
some?
talking about beer cans in people's spots, beer cans in people's spots, beer cans in people's spots.
You were spitting a lot there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but you guys get me excited.
It's
you
just
know,
kind of a surprise.
And about my merch, and about my merch, and about my merch. Oh
but
my
you
God!
decided instead of buying the merch thing, you're going to read death letters.
I mean,
he's just going to pass them out to the guests.
You know,
That's better.
merch for you people that aren't in show business, and I don't blame you for not getting involved in it. Merch is short for merchandise, and that's what they do. They say
You're
about
out
their
of breath.
their
You're
merch.
out of breath.
All right, can we get back to this now? Okay, on a child's death.
Oh my God.
Some people say merch is
Dear
evil.
Mr. Bendix, as a neighbor of yours, I want to express to you and your wife my deepest sympathy in the tragic death of your little daughter. Period. She was loved by all who knew her, and I know what a bitter loss you have suffered. Period. I shall call on you personally a little later. In the meantime, let me know if there's anything I can do. Sincerely yours, Julius Cordy.
Can I make a comment here?
Sure, buddy. Shoot.
I will be happy to. Here's my thing. I've noticed about your shows so far today. Literally, you could have done everything with no guests at all. It's just,
That's not true.
Okay, but you know what? When we talk, you got mad. You got to
No,
the point.
I felt like you were coming at me.
No, I don't. If I was coming
Well,
at
then
you,
where did that feeling come
It
from?
would have been
Where
like
did that feeling come from?
I'll tell
I'm
you
not
where
gonna
it
trust
goes.
my feelings.
I can
I'm not
tell
going
you.
to trust my
Okay,
feelings.
what about
Where do you
when
think
I-
that feeling came from? I was just making it up.
Hey,
I'm just making it up. You're stabbing me in the gut, and I'm not feeling it.
Well, he didn't bring his bat in out of the car.
Okay.
See, there you go again.
That's
You're
a
supposed
positive.
to be
That's
on
positive.
my side.
That's a positive
think
comment.
I don't think he was taking anybody else's. Okay, let's get back to this book from
letter-
This is
1952.
this is a good book in that
This is a
it's
classic book.
It's
Yeah.
a historical document. It really is, but it's not really relevant. At least that letter, because what fucking idiot? Apologize. Wouldn't know what to say or whatever. Like
Well, a lot
Well-
of times it's hard to find the right words when a child dies.
it is, but
Yeah,
but it
especially,
doesn't say when, how long.
what
do you
word-
send that letter after the passing?
What I
Like-
think really is that it was the pedophile that killed the girl, and he's sending this as to make amends with the family. Right?
Wrong response.
Bryce certainly read it like that.
You sure did.
Here's the
Yeah.
second letter.
Oh, there's going to be more than one.
More child death.
More child abuse.
This one is.
Hopefully not.
My dear Mrs. Haynes, Mr. Morrow and I offer you and Mr. Haynes our most sincere sympathy in your recent loss. It is, I know, all the harder to bear. You guys are just too funny. Funny.
You're the
and-
one cracking up at child death. Finish the
I know it.
I'm just thinking about the beginning of this podcast.
When you almost lost your mind on us, I've never been attacked on a podcast before.
No, you haven't.
So
And
they
offended.
clearly
they have a
don't know how to
format. They have a
respond.
format. They have a format. They have a format. They have a format. Oh, they have a format. They have a format. Oh, yeah, they have a format. Merch, format. This is just like we're having lunch.
Don't
And you've
deviate.
had lunch before where you had an argument with somebody or it didn't go that quite well? That's all it is. Don't take it to heart.
So, like at the beginning,
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Stop looking at me like I'm crazy.
can't help it.
Look
man.
at him. He is crazy. Look at him
I'll
like
tell
that.
you this.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'll tell you
can tell
this.
that.
This
But-
is the kind of. Is this why I was cut out on the Waitress podcast?
No, that was a memory on my. That was my mistake. I apologize for that. Do you want to?
Was that waitress staying up in the hotel thing?
No, it was like I was
okay.
booked to do the show twice.
My dear Mrs. Hayes, my Mr. Morrow and I offer you and Mr. Hayes our most sincere sympathy in your recent loss. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It is, I know, all the hardest. All the harder to bear since your son had shown such great musical promise, because evidently this guy was a musician of some kind, and he was taking.
Whoa, how
This
you
is, these
figured
aren't
that
real.
out?
These aren't real letters. I don't believe that.
No,
This went with some like manners etiquette course, back in the 50s.
These aren't real letters. So the point is,
I'll
that
read it again so maybe you can understand what I'm doing here.
But that one,
I understand what you're doing, but
a guide to
you think it's a
schools?
real letter, and Charlie knows that it's not a real letter.
well, that's actually
I never
probably
said it was a real letter.
Yeah, but you said his son was like a musical prodigy, which is fucking bullshit.
Well, that's from the wife to the mistress.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be yelled at again.
When I said that he was
a musician, a great musician.
yeah,
Dumbass musician.
maybe I said that to add to the podcast.
I thought.
See,
I see.
Whoa, you spiced up the letter.
Maybe I was trying to spice up the podcast.
I see.
You guys are going to go down in history in two of the most unique guests that I've ever had.
What did I do?
This might not even
I'm
air.
sitting here, and I've done nothing except add to the show.
Let me read this again for.
Can I just make a statement?
Sure, you sure
I
can.
don't want the people that listen to Dead Air to hate Don Barris.
No, I don't want them to either.
Well, stop banging that electric shock button over on your side for Brian.
Thank you. See, that was on my side, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Charlie. Thank you. You know how happy you make me feel, Charlie. I'm going to read it again for you, so you understand what's happening here.
We have to keep this civil because he knows where I live
This
and
is
I know
a
where he
book
lives.
copyrighted from 1952. I forget where I located it, but it is just wonderful.
No,
'cause
that's very important to find that out.
Yeah, it's
Where
a
did you get
historical
this?
document, but it is kind of cool.
Historical.
He found it.
It is. It
It's
is. This
a
is
guide.
1952.
It's
cool.
because on the news they say yeah all the time. Yeah.
Never
yeah.
heard that. I've never heard
The
that.
first word out of their mouth is yeah.
This is really irrelevant now, though. Sadly, it really is because
No, he's
way
not talking
people
about.
speak-
He's not
no.
talking about this segment.
No,
He's
right.
talking about.
American society and how it's gone to shit. Because this is correct.
COVID-19.
People don't speak correctly. People speak in slang.
Going to the city.
With
Fool for the
COVID-19.
Got you on my mind.
Going to affect the whole
All right,
stadium.
biggest song by Foghat.
Biggest
Fool
one?
for the city.
Fool for the City was probably the biggest one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
one of
wasn't
them.
even a hit.
Stone Blue. And
Slow Ride, from that.
was the hit.
Slow Ride.
Ride was
Slow
right.
Ride.
But what about Third Time Lucky?
Yeah,
That was
that's
a big
good.
pop
I'm
hit.
going to have to do apology letters to you guys.
Boy.
You know what? Can I say something, Brian?
Of course you
We'd
can.
appreciate that.
I came on the show just trying to Mary Jane. I wanted to come here and have a good time. You ruined everything by telling Mary Jane she wasn't allowed.
I don't want her to get hurt.
We had it all worked out. Well, we were like, I'm going to leave this room and
But you know what? The other thing, I don't want to do anything. I want to help you out. I want to be your male Princess Corey.
I want you guys to be the best you can be.
All right.
Well, he said he didn't want to do anything.
With
That's
many
like your
others,
sticker.
with many others of your friends, we share your sorrow. Very sincerely yours, Jeanette Morrow. Okay.
Okay, can we not read any more death letters, please?
I've got two more here. Two short ones.
All right.
This is to friends, I guess, on death of a father or a mother. Dear Mildred,
That's a tough time in any.
I mean, was everyone retarded in the 50s? Who doesn't know this shit? I mean, who knows?
people don't even know how to use the post office. What are you talking about? It's over in a lot of respects. Okay, here we go.
True.
Dear Mildred, I feel that anything I can say will be futile at this time. Futile. What is that? What does that say?
Mildred.
Gillearn.
Yeah, there's a name, Mildred. That's a big
Yeah,
one.
this is all irrelevant at this point in time, sadly.
I feel anything you can say will be futile at this time. When I heard of little Timmy's death, I was so shocked that I could not at first believe it. My sympathy goes to you and your husband from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, your friend, Lucy.
I really thought he could take the thick end of the bat.
And,
I apologize.
and the last one is, Dear Lydia and Nick. Dear Lydia.
I bet you I know what they're going to say.
Lydia.
I'm glad you're back, Don. This is the last one. The child death of a child. Sit up close so you don't get in the frame. If you sit too
was
far
fun.
back, you won't be in the frame.
Oh, I want to be in the frame for this letter.
They all say the same thing. They all,
More or less.
Didn't need to be 4 letters for children's.
So you're getting back to your old ways, huh?
He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, this needs to be updated.
So
the kid needs to be transgender. They need to email, and then
We're
you
starting to have
slang
that
and say,
circular argument again.
But go ahead.
Circling
I love the
back
segment.
around. Circling back
Because
around.
this is Bri. This is genuinely you. I get a postcard from Bri. Who sends a fucking postcard?
Hey,
I love it.
why don't you come
I
and be
love
on my
it.
show and let me waste about 2 hours of your time? Is that okay?
Can we get an update in the football game after you finish the fourth letter of child death?
Dear Lydia and Nick.
Little dick? What?
Lydia and Nick.
I'm sorry.
Lloyd and I send you our deepest sympathy in your grief over the untimely death of Mary Jane. We are sharing your sorrow with you. We are sharing your sorrow with you.
Because we're out of weed.
Having known her so well, we appreciate a little what you are going through, and we stand ready to do anything we possibly can to make your burden perhaps a little bit easier. Affectionately, Grace.
Could you send a little nugget to
A little nug?
What is he doing?
He's doing whatever
He just
he
gets
wants.
up and walks out.
It's taking a piss.
Jesus.
It's his business. You know, this is Dead Air LA. I'm not a policeman.
Boy.
You have to be prepared for any guest that may appear on the
Is
show.
that a
Well, I have
postcard,
to get
Brian?
some-
That's one of your famous postcards?
Would you like this one?
I don't want to take your postcard. It's not.
No, I have about 150 of these.
Yeah,
Would you
I'd
like
love
this?
it. Yeah, because
Hey, Mary Jane, Holtzman, who threw you out of here before the show, wanted to give you a keychain.
Oh, thank you,
You're
so very, very much.
Get lower so you're in the frame.
Thank you so very, very much. Should I go back out on the sidewalk?
I told you she was pissed.
She's not upset. It's okay.
We apologize, Mary Jane. You have to be the bigger person.
Did you
here.
hear when he was yelling at us?
And Mary Jane, he was trying to protect you, by the way. That's what Bryce said.
There's too many wires.
This, I can't believe Holtzman would do anything nice or protecting of myself.
All right. Thank you, Mary Jane.
Oh, you're throwing her up. Throwing you out again.
You can listen to the Comedy Store podcast to find out the vile thing he said about my
All right,
sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Now
Mary
you're going to
Jane,
have to
I
edit
can't
that
believe
out,
you did
Charlie.
Well,
You're causing Charlie.
thank you.
Don't forget to take the knife out of his back when you leave.
Thank you, Mary
You know,
Jane.
what does she do that was so bad? She's a lovely girl. Is she pretty, Jason?
Yeah, Mary Jane is very pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very,
Sweet girl.
very beautiful. We bring her on for 1 second. She said thank you for the keychain.
She's hotter than Cardi Boo.
Yeah, thank you.
Now Holtzman's really pissed.
No, it's not pissed. You see, maybe I'm just a little disappointed.
And who?
Everyone.
This particular episode of Dead Air LA. What
How
can I say?
you possibly say that this is
I don't
so
know.
bad?
I am
Is this
being
gonna
honest.
be one of those lost episodes?
I think I've been through this before with people.
And those people aren't here.
It's real simple, okay? This is not smoke and mirrors. If I'm agitated, I'm agitated.
And that was great. I think people love to see you lose.
No,
that.
it's not about,
All right, then I'm wrong.
all right, you know,
All right, let's get to the next segment. What are we going to do?
Can I still keep this?
yeah, sure.
Thanks, Brian.
You can keep it.
Did you know when you get upset, if you listen to 53 cycles, tone, 53 cycles, and put that on, wait about 5 minutes, everything will just
Can I
chill right
also
out.
tell you that a 4, 7, 8, breathe in 4, hold for 7, out for 8, 4 to 6 cycles of that twice a day.
You guys wouldn't mind leaving, would you? If I asked you to leave,
Whatever
would
Are
you
you
leave?
want me to
serious?
do?
Are you serious? I'll leave if that's what you want. But you know what? I thought we'd come down here and have fun. I didn't know we'd be bogged up with letters of death.
No, I know. You're not into the format. You're not into letters. You're not into weather. You're not into anything that goes on here. You don't want to be active and participants. You want to drop F-bombs every 5 minutes.
I didn't drop an F-bomb.
This is on you. This is not on me. This podcast will continue with other guests that may be more cooperative than you two. But it's the same thing wherever you go. The people that you call your friends are the first people that are ones that are going to try to spoil, ruin, and embarrass and belittle.
How
and this
did,
is what's
how
taking
did anybody
this
try to
is
embarrass
what's
you?
taking place right
How did
now.
anybody try to embarrass you?
Okay? No, it's over. The
I'm
apologize.
fine.
You can apologize both all you want.
I apologize.
The damage to this episode has been done. By you two, by Mary Jane. You were not that greatest help either. I don't know when. I don't even want to do items of interest now. I don't even want to do items of interest now.
I thought we already did them. Wasn't that? Didn't we do those?
No.
What are we going to talk about if we don't have items of interest?
I don't know.
What the hell are we going to talk about?
I asked for the
You want to
items
talk
of
about
interest.
comics? You want to talk about comics and merchandise and all this other bullshit on podcasts on a weekly basis?
Well, Brian,
you don't want to see this. You don't want to see items of interest. You don't want to see
I want to
maps.
hear all of it.
You
I
don't
just
wanna
want you
see
to have an
anything.
iPad.
And now you're back here. No.
Pretty please do
this
items
is
of
bullshit.
interest.
This is fucking bullshit.
Pretty please do
No.
items of interest.
Mary
Pretty
Jane, he's
please.
losing his mind. Brian, sit down.
Sit down, Brian.
Sit down, Brian. Nobody's doing it. Brian.
The
Here's the-
episode,
here's the
episode
issue.
is over. I can walk out. You have your
Brian.
right to walk out.
Brian.
And I
Brian.
have my right to walk out.
Brian.
Is the
And
episode
I'll
over?
walk out on my own podcast.
Brian,
No,
please.
I'm not going to do it. You don't want to have fun? You don't want to fucking participate in a fun format?
All right.
You don't
Read
have
another
to.
death letter.
You don't fucking have to.
Sorry, Brian.
It's a wrap. No, don't be sorry. You can't be sorry for who you are.
What did I do?
You can't apologize for who you are. It's a wrap.
Oh, he took my.
I'm not going to fucking play games on a podcast. I am serious about my podcast. I think it's a good podcast, and I'm not going to have it belittled.
Nobody's belittling your
I'm a big fan of your
podcast.
podcast.
You're not a big fan. You didn't show like you can.
Sit down for 1 second.
I'm out of it now. Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this is right. No, you want to play games with my fucking head? Well, you won.
Well,
You won. You got your message across.
I didn't know that you
End
had
the
anything with Mary
podcast.
Jane, otherwise I wouldn't have said anything. Please don't air this. Thank you.
So, I think that went really well.
I don't think it went as well as you act.
No.
What happened between Brian and Mary Jane? What was that about?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
First of all, that shows us.
Sorry, buddy. Well, at least this won't air.